Yvonne Duvall with Shall We Stamp, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Give it a minute, see if that turns that around. We're in the RV. Today will be the last week, and then we're heading back home Thursday morning. So next time we'll be back in my stamp studio. So we will wait, give it a few more minutes. It's right at 7. It started. Comments, please do so. Let me get my iPad over here hooked up. Hope everyone's staying cool and doing well. Welcome, welcome. And next week I will be back in the villages. So good thing. This is my shopping code, and I've got a couple of announcements if you don't receive my newsletter. If you do, then you've already saw it probably in my newsletter. Let me just move this over here, and that way I don't have to mess with it. So I hope everyone's trying to stay cool. I know our friends up in Virginia are having a major heat mode. I think they broke 100 today, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll give it a couple of more, we'll give it another minute or so. Hi, Chris, as everybody's popping on. Rain, hey, Patricia, thank you for sharing. Make sure y'all share, and then I'll draw names. And I did remember to draw the name, and I'll announce that here in just a few minutes, if I can pronounce it. It has rained every afternoon. We're down in Sarasota in the RV, and it's been hot, and it's rained every afternoon between around 3 o'clock, and we've had some really, I hate to say hellacious, but we had some hellacious rain and wind where we had to pull the awning in. It got so bad. So we're fine. So we're here. We did lose power for some reason. It went off yesterday in one of the storms, and everything came back on, but the refrigerator and the televisions. So I don't know. We don't know what happened, but my husband finally read through the book, which that helps, and was wrong. Oh, hey, Karen, you're in Bradenton. Well, you're not too far. We went up there day before yesterday looking at different RV sites, but we weren't too happy with the ones we looked at. We were looking for some others just to kind of take some little jaunts because we're in the villages, so we weren't looking to take a couple of days here or some long weekends or whatever. Chuck goes back to school starting in August at Florida Southern College in Lakeland, and they are doing in-person classes, and so he's not too thrilled, but he did get approved to do his classes online, which means he'll be home all the time. And for those that know me, I'm used to them. So anyways, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 4 after 7. We'll go ahead and get started. And those that come on, they can join us and then watch the replay. I did post the replay for the 7th of the one that I did the well done stamp. I did post the cleaned up version. I think it was yesterday. And the one from last week, the cleaned up version, should be posted in the next couple of days. To let you all know that the holiday or I don't know, log from August to December, I'm still calling it the holiday. Those have been out in the mail. Several customers have said they've received theirs. If you don't have a demonstrator, a catalog, shoot me an email and I'll get one in the mail to you. I need your mailing address. And just two things, newsletter, mailing list. You may want to sign up, and you can do that through Facebook. I send out a weekly newsletter and keep you up to date on things that are taking place through Stampin' Up! And specials that we're running. I've got a paper and ribbon share that I just put out yesterday that I'm offering for the holiday catalog. And if you're interested and you're not on my newsletter, let me know, and I'll send you a link to that. If you get a discount if you purchase the two together. It's really not that expensive. 6x6 sheets of the designer series paper. I think we have 13 new designer series paper in the holiday catalog, and I think 9 or 12, don't hold me, ribbons. So you'll get 2 yards of the ribbon based on if it's a 5-yard or a 10-yard. But anyways, if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll send you the information on that. All right, so tonight we are working with, thank you for sharing. Tonight we are working with the Nothing's Better Than. And this is, I'm sure you all have seen this stamp set out. And this was designed by Connie Stewart, who hit $1 million in sales with Stampin' Up! So anytime you see this symbol right here, this is means that demonstrator has hit a career-to-date sales of $1 million, and then they get to help design a stamp set. And this has been pretty popular. I absolutely love it. It's got coffee, chocolate cocktails, and then it's got a bunch of different sayings. And then also you have 9 dies that go with this. So it's a cute set. You can buy it as a bundle, and you can find it in the annual catalog on page 91. And this is shows you some samples. And if y'all aren't using your catalog for inspiration, I highly recommend that you might want, I think I got that upside down. I'm so used to doing it upside down for you guys. Sorry about that. I've got the camera set. I think you can see it the right way. Anyways, if you haven't used your catalog for inspiration on ideas to make cards, this is a great thing, and this is what I've been trying to do. So here's the information on the bundle. So it's $46.75, page 91, and here are some ideas of different things that they've done, different cards that they made, and a large box. And anyway, so we're going to make really two pretty easy cards this evening. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way. This is one of the cards that we're going to be making, but I'm going to change this one up to the cinnamon cider. And then the other one, we're going to do a different stamp, a same stamp set, but a different design altogether. But I just wanted to show you that there's some easy things that you can do. It makes it look really nice. And if you're just starting out as a beginning stamper, this is something that you can easily create. All right, so let's pull in. I'm using our Whisper White cardstock. I'm doing thick Whisper White. Of course, it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I'll go ahead and fold it over. And I like doing the thick when it's the thick white when we're using it as a base, because it gives it a little. So I'm going to lay that there and pull out my bone folder. Good thing I have my tools right next to me. And I'll show you another card that I made when we get done with this one. All right, so we're going to give it a good crease with our bone folder. And then, sorry, I'm so used to turning everything around backwards for you guys, but I don't have to do that, so I'm excited. All right, I'm going to open up my ink, my Memento ink. We're going to use that. And then I use the layering circles. And I just cut out two of the same size, another one in Whisper White. And all I'm going to do is place these on here. And then we're gonna do a sentiment as well. Now, what I did, and I forgot to bring the punch of all things, but I'm using the hang on a second, I'll tell you what it is. And I think I might have showed you this punch because I could show you how you can cut down your sentiments. If you don't want a big piece of white or whatever color you're using, then you can easily cut it down. And I thought I packed it, and I didn't. I brought the moose one from the holiday catalog. The Merry Moose carried over, just to let you know. The timeless labels. This is the one that I used, and I've actually cut it down. So what you do is when you punch it, you'll take it out and then just push it in the punch, and then you'll just push it up and then just trim it down. So this is what the regular. No, these are both the same size. So anyways, I'll show you that the next go round. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our, we're going to do cocktails. So we're going to go ahead and stamp using our Memento Black. Let me pull that up. Sorry about that. I don't have anything holding this thing down. So we're going to stamp our cocktail. And let me get some ink on here. And we're using the Memento Black. If y'all had any of this on back order, they did receive these. So you should be getting them if you haven't already. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that right now on this Whisper White. All right, so there's our outline. We'll set that off to the side. And now I'm going to come back with the inside. And the inside, I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. We're going to make it some kind of a green drink. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up. And this is a two-step stamping, because you've got parts of it that you do for the inside. And this one, when I stamp it, you're going to see that it has the ice cubes already in there. So we're going to, I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so I can see. Hopefully I don't get my head in the way. Now get this in here, and you can actually line it up pretty good. And if I'm off a little bit, then we'll just deal with it. Hopefully not. That's not too bad. Okay, so there. Let me get my cleaner open. I'm going to put this down by my side. I'm sitting at the table, which we don't use in the RV, but I still don't have a lot of room. So I'm trying to multi. I've got everything stacked up on each other. Let me move my stuff out of the way. So anyways, move this and put that there so I can get to my chamois, because that is a good thing for traveling. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm going to bring in, I brought my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to use, let's do the umbrella. Let's do the umbrella. Let's do that in a light blue. And I think I'm going to probably do the lime. I'll do that. I'm going to do that as a lime instead of a lemon. I'll do it in the light granny apple. Hopefully I can get it lighter than what it needs to be. So let's go. I probably should do a lemon, but we're going to do it as a lime. We'll just make it a little bit lighter. Hi, Debbie from Michigan. Welcome. So we're just going to put a little bit of color on that, and then we'll just make this umbrella. We'll make it a little bit of blue. I'm using the, let's see, which one are we doing? This is the light Seaside Spray. So we'll just color the umbrella just a little bit. It's not real colorful, but we'll just give it a little bit of a kind of a bluish gray. We'll keep it a little bit neutral since we're using the cinnamon cider. All right. And I could have made that. Let me cover up my ink because if I don't, you know, I'll be sticking my hands in it, you all. And this really is a pretty easy card. So again, if you're just learning on stamping, this is a great thing to learn to do. All right, so I'm going to pull out my favorite glue. Hopefully this one still has some, yeah. Brought an extra one just in case. Have you all purchased any of the Stamp and Seal? And what are your thoughts on that? Do you like it? Okay, so we're going to put this right about here. And again, I just use the layering circles, and you can pick whatever size that you want, okay? And then this one, we're going to stamp cocktails, and we're going to do that in, should we do black? Or should we do the, should we do cinnamon cider? What do you think? Let's do that. Let's try that and see what it looks like. We'll see. It may not look like cocktails. Let's do that in the cinnamon cider. That'll pull the colors together. So, and I'm not going to color in the bottom of the glass. And I'm just going to put this right below, right on the edge, so it stays right there, colors in. There we go. That probably looks a little nice. The other one I did in black, but that's fine. All right, so we're going to move this out of the way. Let me clean that off. Close up this black ink so I don't wear that. And again, as I said, this is a pretty easy stamp card to make. So the next one's going to be easy too, but it's a completely different look. So all right, so we're going to put our Tombow on there, and we're just going to add this. We're going to put it down, and look at that. I'm going to have to cover that up because I got a little black on it because it was on my fingers. So I'm just going to lay that right about there. Now see how easy this is? See, I got ink on my hands. So I'm going to have to cover that up. So we are going to, all right, so I've got this little design here. And you know what I did? I could have stamped that. I forgot. They have the little piece that you can stamp that with your ink. And I forgot to use that. And the same for the umbrella. So we'll do it on the next one. I'm going to use that just to add a little bit of extra to the card. And then we'll stamp our sentiment. I'm going to stamp this right over that black ink right there. So hopefully nobody sees that. We're going to put one right there. And I'll put one down here. And so plain looking. Okay. Now we're going to come in. And we've got this little tag. I tell you, I've got ink all over my hands. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Let me wipe them off. Okay. We're going to use this saying that says card. That's why we need cocktails. And we're going to go ahead and do this. I think I'm going to stick with the same cinnamon cider. I think we'll just go with that. Keep the same coloring. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and again, I cut this label down because I didn't want it to be so big. So I'm just going to stamp that right there in our cinnamon cider. Okay, doke. I'll stamp a little, whatever that thing is. We'll stamp that on there. And move that out of the way. Let me grab my little dot thing right here. And we'll stamp one on that. And actually, I can, nope, I didn't bring, okay, let's just stamp a couple right on here. Just kind of give it something. So it kind of blends. And then we're going to add some, and out there. Let me, y'all can see, is that right? Okay, I think we're good. I'll try to bring things up a little bit higher for you. So I'm just going to put this on 2 dimensionals, and you can see I've already got black ink on my hands. Go. I'll tell you, do y'all have the same problem? Especially when you're working with white cards, right? Never fails. All right, so we're going to just, and this, again, this is a very mass-produced these in no time. So if you want to send out some quick cards, this might be the way to do it. So we're going to put that right there. Now, the other one I'll show you in just a second. This one, I did do a little sponging around the edges. I didn't with this one. Actually, let's see if I can, no, because I'm going to use these sponges. Anyways, all right, so that's that card. Here's the one that I did earlier. So I think those are right cute. What do you think? Okay, so that's the first card. And now we're going to move on to the second one. Let me get my pieces cleaned off because we're going to have to use these again. So let me clean these one more time. And this time we'll use the right, let me move these out of the way. We'll use the right pieces so we can color our fruit. All right, now this one, let me show you what we're the person that's name was drawn last week, Donna, is it May? The last name is, I assume it's Dresp, D as in David, R-E-S-P, Donna. It looks like Maylee. I can't read my own handwriting. So Donna, if you're on, please email me or send me a message with your mailing address, and you will get one each of these cards for sharing. And I'm sorry, yeah, that was last week. Pardon me, and I'll send those to you. Okay, so here's the card that we're going to be making today. This is the second card, and this is doing Bermuda Bay. Now this one, I cut the cardstock at 4 1/4 by 11. And then scored at 5 1/2. Okay, and then we're going, and I'm going to show you how we did this coloring here. And what we're going to do, I've got a piece of Whisper White that's 4 by 5 1/4, and this is Burma, and we're going to stamp in Coastal Cabana. And then this the banner here is, I believe it's 2 inches. Let me check. Yes, it's 2 inches, and I've cut it longer. That's usually the easiest way for me to do that. And then this is the, I want to say this is the 2-inch, this is the 2-inch circle punch that I used for that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and you know what? Oh no, don't tell me I don't have my circle. Oh, there it is. Oh, about to panic. Okay. So let's go ahead and let me fold my cardstock and get my ruler out of the way. I don't think we need him anymore. Okay, so we're going to, and this is not scored, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in half, make sure my edges are lined up so that they are straight and squared off, and I'm having a hard time seeing in here. And I'm just going to put my finger there and take my bone folder, and I'm going to give it a good crease. All right, I could have pulled the trimmer in, but I chose not to. All right, so this is 4 1/4 by 11. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my my Whisper White. We can go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and use my Tombow and put that on there, and then we'll add the second piece when we get done. Okay, this one I know is getting low. Keep shaking it around. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this piece on here. So let's put that down. The one thing I do like about the Tombow, and I've mentioned this before, is that you do have a few seconds that you can move it if you don't have it exactly where you want it. Okay, so we're going to set that off to the side. Now this one, now I should have brought the Stamparatus actually, because this would have been a good thing to use the Stamparatus, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm eyeballing it. So let me get out my Coastal Cabana, and let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And I need this because we're going to cut the sentiment too. I don't need that. I don't know why I put that one in there. And let's move our circle out of the way because we're going to stamp him in just a minute. Okay, so let's bring in our word stamp of cocktails. And all I'm doing is I'm going to, as you can see in this one, I'm going to start off. So part of this is not going to, I'm going to start off so you don't see the whole word. So I'm trying to get it to where it's not going to look like for instance, these 2 rows I did together, which I didn't like. So I really want to try to make them like off-centered. So that's what I'm going to do with this one right now. So we're going to take the block. Now I put my stamps on a little bit at an angle, because if I'm like that, sometimes I don't get it straight. So this way it just helps me. So I'm just going to put some ink on here, and then we're going to start stamping. So this is a good way, just a different way that you can kind of make in your background paper. All right, so I'm just going to start stamping. I think I'll just start a little bit off, and let me see. And you can use your grid paper, Radis, that would probably work just as well. So we're just going to stamp, and I'm just lining them up on butt to butt. Actually, let me stand up just a little bit so I can see, make sure I do get them somewhat straight. and then we'll put that there. So all I'm going to do is just go down. I'm going to go off, move over just a little bit, and just keep stamping my word cocktails. And you can do, you know, however you want to do this. But I didn't want to put it all on there going the same direction. I'm trying to keep it straight, and as you can see, I'm going crooked. So let me try to do this again. Let's come over here and do here. We'll try to keep it straight. Because you know how it is. You start talking, and then things go a little crazy. All right, so let's try over here. Let's do this. I'm going to go backwards a little bit so we get some different ways. And we'll do cocktails. Cocktails always seems like it's in the middle, doesn't it? So we're going to have to change that up some. All right, so let's do cocktails here. And let's do cocktails here. That's good. And then let's get some more ink on here. How about if we do one in the center? And then we can come over here and we'll do tails. And then here, oh, here comes the dog. She's decided to jump up here with me. Sorry about that. Let's do here and put cocktails on this end. Try to get it so we're not seeing the same thing. And obviously this is crooked because of the way I'm sitting, but it's okay. Whoever gets this, so I don't, as you all probably have noticed, I don't let this stuff, I don't let it bother me. It's just, you know, I think whoever you get a card from is appreciative of that. So there we go. There's our background paper using Coastal Cabana ink on the Coastal Cabana piece of cardstock. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead before we attach anything. Let me set this off to the side. Let's go ahead and do our little cocktail glass, and then we'll put everything together. So let me get my Memento ink out again. And for those that weren't here maybe next week, this is new grid paper that we can purchase. Isn't that lovely? And let's see, we need our cocktail glass. What did I do with that? Oh, it's over here hiding. Okay, so we're going to ink up our cocktail glass. And if those of you that are just joining, we are using the Nothing's Better Than stamp set of lots of chocolate, coffee, cookies, and cocktails. And it comes as a bundle. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our image again. We're doing this in Memento Black, and I'm going to try to get right to the bottom so I make sure I get everything on here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the different colors. So that's going to be a new little trick. All right, so we're going to do that. Let me set this off to the side. And let's go ahead and color our, oops, I almost lost my lemon over there. All right, let's go ahead and let me do my umbrella. Let's do the umbrella in, we'll do that in shootski. I'm going to have to do it. Let's do pink. We'll do Melon Mambo. So we're going to do our umbrella. And this is a little piece right there. So again, you'll be able to see. Let me take this off. And we'll just line it right up. And we'll just hang it right over that umbrella and stamp it right on there. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take that off, and we're going to show you how we're going to, again, I'm going to do it as a lime because I have my Granny Apple Green. So bear with me one second. Let me get that. All right. We're just going to put a little dab on here for our lime, and we're going to place that right over the lime. Hopefully I'm in it. I try not to put my head in the camera. That's close enough. That's close enough. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. I need to leave this open. All right, now what we're going to do, since this is the two-step, now here's the part that has the body that's going to have the drink. So I'm going to use sponge daubers. And this is a way that you can do two-tone coloring. So I'm going to take my Mambo, and all I'm going to do is do a little bit on the bottom here. Can you see that? I'm just going to rub it. All right, and then I'm going to come back with my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do the top. So that kind of gives you that two-tone effect. So you look like you've got some kind of different special cocktail that your bartender made you. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lean over a little bit so I can see and make sure I get this in my glass. And we're just going to push right down like that. And there you go. Now, I'm going to do a little bit. Nah, better not. It's a light drink. I could have put more of the melon bombo, and I probably should, but that's okay. That's all right. So you get the idea. So look at that. So you can use your sponge daubers and just color, or you can do a little bit of an angle. Okay. Now this one I did a little bit deeper color, but that's all right. This looks different. So isn't that cute? So there's a way that you can add different colors just by using your sponge daubers. Okay. All right. Let me close up my inks because I don't want to get those in my way. My dog is laying on top of everything. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to add our let's go ahead and add this on here. So what I'm going to do, and this is 2 inches again, I'm just going to add this and then I'm going to trim that off. So I'm going to put it right about here. So before I attach it on that, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I'm going to go ahead and just use my snail, probably be a little bit easier. And yes, we don't sell our snail anymore. We do have the stamp and seal. So I'm going to lay this probably right about there, and make sure hopefully I've got it straight. Let me see. It's not straight. Well, it could be that it's straight and my words are different or crooked. They are. That's probably because I've been having too many. That's what somebody's going to look at. They're going to say, well, she was drinking too many of those cocktails and got it crooked. All right, I think we're good. We'll go with that, and then I'll just trim this with my snips, and there we go. Okay. All right. Now we can attach this, and we'll use our Tombow for this. All right. So we're going to put that on here. These are just cute cards. They're not real stringent or hard to make. They're just doing classes. I got to a point a couple years ago, and Denise is on here, so she can vouch for me. All of a sudden I started doing these cards, and they were really, really difficult. And the ladies were like, okay, that's enough. Not Denise, because Denise is good, but some of the newer people were like, okay, these are too stressful. And I was making them because I thought I enjoyed that. I thought this is not good because they were not having a fun time. So that's not good either. So anyways, I went back and had to keep in mind that less is more. So I try to do that every now and then. And every now and then I decide I want to do a something that's a little bit more, intense, but it's okay. We don't always have to do stuff that's over the top. All right, so we're going to put our little cocktail glass right about there. All right, now I'm going to take, and since I have this little scrap here, I'm going to use this. I am going to stamp, let's see, like this. We're going to cut the words apart. So I'm going to stamp, because adulting is hard. I am going to stamp, and I'm going to cut it just something different again. So I'm going to stamp this. Let me see. I can probably get it this way. I'll stamp this right about here. All right, now I'm just going to cut that apart. Actually, I'll bring the paper trimmer in. I should have brought my little mini one. Didn't think about that. Okay, let's bring the our paper trimmer in. And I'm just going to cut these. I'm just going to slice them down. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut the first one with the trimmer, and then the second one I'm just going to cut with my paper snip. So we're going to cut that off, and then we're going to pop these up on dimensional. So let me move this over here. Okay. And then this one, we're going to just trim this down like that. Okay. So that's that. Now this one, I'm going to trim this down a little bit because we don't need all that paper. So let's trim this down. And if this drives you crazy, then you can use your paper trimmer, but I'm just going to take a whack at it. If I hold it straight and just do one cut, hopefully it's not too crooked. There we go. All right, so we're just going to take that and we're going to pop those up on dimensionals. And I do have minis. Give me 1 second. They're in my little tool case here. So we'll put some mini dimensionals on these, and we're going to pop those up. So let's see. We're going to put one here. Aren't these cute cards? And then I'll show you one that I did. Whoops, hang on. We got this one. I'll show you another card that I made, which is really cute too. So let's see. I'm going to do that. Since that's popped up, Yeah, I don't think I want to put that one there. So let's put a little bit of adhesive on here. Okay. All right, so let's put this one on top. And all right, so we're going to put this one right here. So this is because adulting is hard. That's why we're having cocktails. And now this one, we're going to put another little small mini dimensional on here. And since it looks like I've used, oh, there's one right there. So we can put this little guy on here. I love these little ones because they're so tiny that they do hide. And then we'll just put, let me just snip another one. We'll just, oh, what, got some hide and see. They're so small sometimes you don't even see them. We'll put one right there. So this is such a fun stamp set. And then I'll show you the other card that I made too, so you can see that one. I think that one has chocolate and coffee and candy and all that good stuff. All right, so this one is saying we're drinking cocktails because adulting is hard. So there is our card. Isn't that cute? Don't you just love that? And this is a special drink, so you can make all your colors by doing your sponging. All right, here's the other card that we made. This is the one I made before, so I'll show you that one. So isn't that cute? And I just randomly stamped that across. If you want it straight, then you probably might want to use the Stamparatus. This is one that I did previously. If you're just joining, this is the one that we did tonight. So I did different colors. Okay. And then here's one I want to show you that I made. So I just show you some of the other ones. Okay. Here's one I did in our new Magenta Madness. And this one says, a day without coffee is like, just kidding. I have no idea. Isn't that cute? So that's another one that you can do. Just wanted to show you some of the ones with the other parts of the stamp. So a day without coffee, cute. And then here's one, and of course, you know, we got to decorate our envelopes, right? So here is one, and this is in Coastal Cabana. Isn't this cute? This one is, I made a tag, used the scallop tag topper, and made a banner, and used some of our designer paper from the color palette, I think it is. And then today's plan is consume coffee and chocolate. And this chocolate is cut out using the dies. Isn't that cute? So again, it's on page 91. The Nothing's Better Than. The stamp set has 26 stamps, and then these are the dies that you can cut out your drinks, the cookies. Now, I will be doing a cookie one, but I didn't do that tonight. So if you receive my newsletter, I did put a cookie tutorial in there, so you'll have that. If you're not on my newsletter list, go ahead and sign up for it, and that keeps you up to date. All right, everyone, I know this is pretty, this was a short, so that's pretty good. Usually we run about an hour. Decorate our envelope, so that coordinates. And then here are our other cards that we made. Isn't that cute? So there you go. If you know someone that loves to have cocktails or coffee or chocolate, then this stamp set is just for you. All right, thank you so much for taking time to join me. I didn't spend as much time this evening, so now you can go watch television or find somebody else that you like to follow on the internet. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. And if you want to place an order, you can go to my online store at shallwestamp.com. This is my shopping code for July. And if you shop with me, then you will receive a gift in the mail as my thank you. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me again on Tuesday evening. I greatly appreciate it. And those that are new, thank you for stopping by. And I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again. Bye now.